Today's tip is to step out of the spotlight. The first time I walked into a gym, I felt out of shape and insecure. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I felt like all eyes were on me, like I was being judged by all the fit, regular gym goers. In reality, I'm pretty sure there were very few eyes on me. Everyone was just focused on their own workouts and workout buddies, and likely didn't notice my weird outfit or beet red face as I struggled on the elliptical. Have you ever walked into a crowded, unfamiliar room and felt like all eyes were on you? Or felt like that zit on your forehead or stain on your shirt is drawing everyone's attention? It's a feeling we have all had at some point in our lives. And I mean all of us. Why do we feel this way? Why do we sometimes overestimate how likely other people are to notice the negative things about us? Well, we can thank a cognitive bias called the spotlight effect for this one. As you may know, I talk a lot about cognitive distortions and biases. They can cause us stress and anxiety in our lives. This one especially can make us feel so self-conscious that we might avoid doing the things we want to do to improve our health and wellness, like walking into a crowded gym for the first time. The spotlight effect is where we overestimate the degree to which we're seen and noticed by others, as well as the degree to which others care about the things that they notice about us. We feel like there is a spotlight on us, highlighting all of our mistakes and flaws. This effect can strongly influence our thinking in so many situations. So it's important to understand it, especially when it comes to making ourselves feel less self-conscious and more self-confident. That's why it's the topic of today's podcast. Why it happens and how we can reduce the degree to which it influences us so we can get on with doing the things we want to do to improve our health and wellness. Now, the spotlight effect can be a real issue for some people, making many situations very fear-inducing and intimidating. If you're struggling or finding it difficult to manage your mental or emotional health, it's very important to seek help. Follow the links in the show notes to access support. Okay, we experience the spotlight effect because we're so used to seeing things from our own perspective. We struggle to accurately judge what other people's perspective is actually like. We believe that their perspective is more like our own than it really is. Since we're so focused on our own appearance and actions, it's difficult for us to remember that other people are not as focused on what we look like or on what we do. They are already preoccupied with their own lives for the most part. Now, it's difficult to avoid this form of biased thinking entirely. However, when you become aware of it and notice when it happens, you can reduce its influence on you. So begin to pay attention to when the feelings come up. Once you're able to identify and notice the thought pattern, it's time to challenge it. Start by self-distancing. Ask yourself if you would notice whatever you're worried about if someone else did it. For example, what would you think about someone walking into the gym for the first time? Would you judge them or be impressed that they showed up? Or if you're worried about an outfit you're wearing, ask yourself if you can remember what other people whom you ran into over the last few days were actually wearing. How much did you care about it? You could also ask for feedback. If you're really worried about other people noticing something about you, ask someone you trust for feedback on how noticeable it actually is. I should also point out that the spotlight effect also means that we tend to overestimate the likelihood that people will notice positive things about us. Not only can we overestimate the likelihood that someone will notice something dumb we say in a conversation, we can overestimate the likelihood that they will notice the smart contributions we make. It's important to be aware of this so that you can take credit for your accomplishments when it's appropriate or necessary. So, it appears that while we're out there worrying about what others are noticing about us, in reality, most of them aren't. We're all just running around trying to live and flourish in our own lives. By reminding ourselves of this fact, we can start to feel more comfortable being ourselves and get on with the business of living our best life. Willpower not required. Thanks so much for listening. I'd love to hear from you, so send me your tips, questions, or feedback. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Fired Up Fitness Coaching, or email me at willpowernotrequired@firedupfitness.ca. Thanks so much. I look forward to connecting with you.